Everyone loves it when Donald Trump craps on Mike Pence. We know that they have had an irreparable falling out with each other. It really does raise the question of, like, who would Donald Trump pick to be his VP if Pence runs? Now, this is, and please do not misinterpret anything I'm saying. As far as I'm concerned, I would put Mike Pence in a jail at the in the deepest recesses of the planet, and I would put him there with the rest of the Republican Party, and maybe I would put Lynn Cheney in a jail that was just, slightly less close to
just
the center
right above
of the
theirs,
earth,
but close by.
Exactly. I would put her cell the furthest away from the center of the earth. Let's put it that way, relatively speaking. But they would all be within fairly close proximity of the center of the earth. Let me just put it that way. But Pence brought a lot to the Trump ticket. Understand that. He motivated the God Squad to come out and vote for a guy like Donald Trump. Now, they don't care that he's a boob. They don't care that they know he's lying about his long-held belief that, there shouldn't be abortions except for all of the mistresses I paid to have abortions. They don't care about that stuff. They cared about what he would do for them. And Mike Pence was the guy who was essentially the collateral. He was the one who secured the promise that Donald Trump would deliver for the Christian theocrats in this country. And with his alienation from Donald Trump, it'll be interesting to see who they trot out to make that argument again, because they cannot win without those people. They cannot win without those people. George Bush knew it. Donald Trump knows it. In fact, I would argue Mitt Romney and John McCain found out the hard way. But here is Donald Trump furious with Mike Pence because Mike Pence would not go along with the insurrection strategy. And it is, well, you'll hear it from a couple of the witnesses yesterday.
Either with something like that, yeah. You're not tough enough to make the call.
It was a different tone than I'd heard him take with the vice president before.
Did Ms. Trump share with you any more details about what had happened, or any details about what had happened in the Oval Office that morning?
That her dad had just had an upsetting conversation with the vice president.
Do you recall anything about her demeanor, either during the meeting or when you encountered her in Dan Scavino's office?
I don't remember specifically. I mean, I think she was uncomfortable over the fact that there was obviously that type of interaction between the two of them.
Something to the effect, the wording's wrong. I made the wrong decision 4 or 5 years ago.
And the word that she relayed to that the president called the vice president, I apologize for being impolite, but do you remember what she said her father called him?
The P word.
What is the P word?
I don't know. I've never said that word in my life before.
Pence. Was it the president? Does he think he's the president? He's a president. Maybe it was that.
You're not the president, Mike. I am.
Why don't we maybe have some possible suggestions as to what that P word might have been?
I think he called him a pussy.
Well, I was going to have you play the audio.
Oh, okay.
Have the president himself. Let's play a little bit of that audio because we play the Tic Tac part too. That's better.
There's one bit that Vox put in where he's talking about respecting women that they just cut in. So just excuse that bit.
Geez, your girl's hot as shit in the purple.
Whoa!
Yes!
Whoa!
Yes, the Donald has scored! Whoa! Oh, my man! Wait, you gotta
that's
look
Billy Bush acting like literally like a junior high school.
Yeah, that's it, with the gold. I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her.
There is nobody that has more respect for women than I do.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy.
I honestly, like, it is so, it's almost like Billy Bush's laughter in this is almost worse than Trump. I mean, even arguably is like,
well, because that's the sort of thing that makes it safe to have a culture like this. Is
yes,
like
just some like suck up, like just loser suck up, absolutely no principles, nothing, just so naked in his ambition that he's going to sit there and let this guy, and frankly, look, you know, I've heard talk like this. I was in junior high. I was once 12. I was 12 in the 80s or whatever it was. I guess it was in the 70s. I was 12. So I've heard talk like this. But even like, I don't know, even my friends, like it wasn't even my friends. Like it was just sort of like are you like the mentality to talk like that. No, I could see, you know, saying Pence is a P word. He won't let me take over the government after the election.
I made a horrible choice 5 years ago.
What a wimp. He won't let me do an insurrection. Come on. But you know what? Here's the thing. Getting aside from the sort of the puerile interest in the word, like this is the way Republicans look at power. This is the way they look at our government. There is no question of like, it's the right thing, it's the wrong thing. I understand why he's deliberating.
Let me go to do some law research.
Yes, this is really, I understand. There's a lot of questions and...
I'm going to hit the books.
But at the end of the day, the reason why so many of them signed on to this insurrection is just because it was there. It was there, and they thought they could get away with it. And here's some news for you. They still think they can get away with it. This isn't like one of those like TV episodes of Batman where they come up or I don't know, I guess Bond, where the villain comes up with this like Rube Goldberg contraption to kill Batman or Bond, and when it doesn't work that one time, they give it, he must be impossible to kill. No, they're going to refine this, and they're going to make sure that the next time when I sit down and I ask someone who's of my vice president, I'm going to find out, I'm going to do the P word test. How much of a P word are you? Do you need the lawyers to tell you it's okay? You know, they're all going to be like Bill Barr. And Bill Barr was like, if we can get away with it, let's do it. And Bill Barr just made the assessment at the time, like, I don't think we can get away with it. But Bill Barr wasn't on the, probably in the chain of command of like, well, this doesn't have to do with you now, Bill, because we're moving it over to where we can technically do these things because people can vote any way they want. We control the army. And, we'll get into this with Digby, but there is a sense going across the spectrum on the far left, to the extent that we have in this country, the left, the nominal left, I think there is probably, some subsection of liberal Democrats who are paying attention to this, but I think it's somewhat limited. And then as you move to the right, all these people coming from, understand, 40%, 35% of this country lives in areas where they look around and everyone voted for Trump. Everyone voted for Trump. How is it possible? And we've seen like focus groups like this too. Everybody voted for Trump. How is it possible that Joe Biden won? They believe the election was stolen. So that part of the project, they don't need to work on that. They know how to get a rump, but a sizable one of the country to believe their actions are justified. And now they just got to work on half a dozen key positions, if that, to do this next time. And the way they're bolstering those half a dozen key positions is all around the country. They're replacing election officials with, they've done it in Michigan, they've done it in state after state after state. And for the lot, you know, there's just a huge amount of people who don't take it seriously. And if you listen to foreign press, you listen to the BBC or you listen to, I'm saying English speaking because I don't speak any other languages, and you start to hear them talk about it, you start to get a little bit more freaked out.